will call the January 4th Common Council meeting to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Olson.
Here.
Alderman Hopfer.
Here.
Alderman Mayor.
Here.
Alderwoman Wilhelm.
Here.
Alderwoman Hanneman.
Here.
Alderman Barber.
Here.
Alderman Nelson.
Here, and please rise and join the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just a note, Brian, I start meetings on time.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Always. First item on the agenda is roll call. We did that. Citizens comment period. Any citizen wishing to speak on any matter, please rise, come forward, and give us your name and address, and tell us when you want to speak.
Recording in progress.
Seeing no one rise, I will close the citizen comment period.
Mayor,
Alderman, Mayor.
just a quick citizen's comment. Can we get an update from the, okay, whatever it is then. Can we get an update from the incident commander, from our health officer on the COVID situation in Franklin next,
I'll do that, yep.
next council meeting? Thank you very much.
Or prior.
Absolutely. First item on your agenda is approval of the regular meeting minutes of December 21st. Any additions or corrections?
So moved.
Second.
Comment?
Alderman Nelson.
Mr. Mayor, I've got a question. Last meeting, this is in regards to the minutes where we did a blanket approval of all the poll workers. And there's been a question whether it's a conflict with having Patty Logsdon, the county supervisor, on there. And I wasn't sure if I could make any sort of motion to try to remove or stop that. And from what I've learned, that she's appointed by the Republican Party. So therefore, even though I view it as a violation of such or a conflict at a minimum, but we don't have a choice. I don't know if this is for Mr. City Attorney. We don't have a choice that she is then appointed, even though.
Well, I'll have the clerk answer that, but we've had aldermen and family of aldermen working polls as well, provided they're not part of the poll that they're an office holder for. Madam Clerk.
And that is correct. As long as they're not on the ballot, they can work. There was a change in the state law a few years ago that said no elected officials shall be working at the polls, and then that was changed about 2 years ago to reverse it back to you can work at the polls as long as you're not on the ballot. Her name was submitted by the Republican Party, and the state law has a provision where the parties submit names. I actually have to use those names first, whether they're knowledgeable or.
Don't go there.
No, I'm just saying that that's a requirement, is to use their name. Where if somebody comes to the counter and they don't pass the qualifications of, but they're not nominated, I'm not required to use them, but the names submitted by the parties is a requirement.
So if I could continue this just briefly. So if she's on the ballot, which she will be in April, the April ballot, so I only assume that you place people where you place them at the poll. I just don't want to see, I want to see her opponent obviously have a fair shake, not that when you walk in to vote at District 6 at St. Honor Tours, you see her and it's, we're just looking at full transparency and fairness, whether she's, not there. I would prefer to see her voluntarily do the right thing and back out on her own. And I would challenge her to do that on record. Whether she does it or not, I don't know.
She will not be slated to work in April at all anywhere in the city. Even if she is in one county supervisory district, she will not be working at another polling location. We've kind of always had everybody who's worked mutually agree on that. They feel better not being placed in a situation where they could say or do something that would be of question, but she will not be working in April.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Do you have a vote?
We do
Let's
not
just do it.
a
All those in
vote.
favor of approval of motion for minutes, all signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. You broke my rhythm there, John.
No organizational business, no letters and petitions. We move on to reports and recommendations. Item G1 is an annual market adjustment and wage and salary rates for 2022. Madam Director of Administration.
Thanks, Mayor. In your packet, you have a request for basically two changes. One of them is an annual market adjustment for employees, which is a 2% increase effective at the first full pay period in January. This would be for non-represented employees, as well as a market adjustment. It's basically what we call progress to market rate adjustments. Those are for people that are hired below a certain rate in the salary schedule. It was built into the implementation of the schedule. For example, if somebody's hired under 30% in the applicable range, they would then be eligible for a 2.25%. It helps employees along in the market rate process as they're coming up to speed and being trained in positions. So, and then if they were between 30% of the range and 50% of the range, it would be a 1.5% adjustment, 50 to up to 65% of the range, an additional 0.75. All of those are budgeted in the 21 budget and the 2022 budget. And we did do a comparison of a number of communities, 15 external comps, as well as our internal protected comps that we did. The average among those comps is 2.25% increase with a median of 2%. We're requesting a 2%. Please note that this is the first year we're asking for a January 1st increase, at least since 2017 and perhaps longer. And the other thing I found through the study is that our comps are usually doing it on January 1st as well. So this kind of helps our employees stay up with the market somewhat. I did do a 5-year average lift/pay increase, and we come in at number 7 out of 15, if you will, but 7 to 10 are all tied, and the next two down are within a 0.2%. So I'd say we're well within the market, and I can speak for our employees. I can't speak for our comps as well, but our employees have been working very hard over this last year, and with COVID and everything else that's been thrown at them, we've been really happy with all of the performance. And then just one more note, the only employees that would receive this would be the ones that are receiving satisfactory performance appraisals from their supervisors.
Approve both adjustments.
Second.
Okay, Barber and Mayor and Alderman Nelson has the floor, and then Alderman.
Madam Director, quick question. So now I've a big supporter of our employees to keep them here. Are we finding that this is going to be a big tool in retaining our employees? As far as, I mean, are we in a desperate spot that we're losing? Because I know it's a very highly competitive market for everything now.
I would say desperate is probably not the word. It's very challenging, and
Sure.
we know among cities that we're all stealing from each other, right? That's mostly the pool that's going on right now. We're doing pretty well. We don't have a ton of openings. We just had a couple with the year end, but we are doing pretty well. We're hiring pretty fast, even in this tough labor market, which is good. I will say the thing that's probably going to get us over the hump with retention is going to be when we get our merit plan implemented. The third part of this pay plan, as I explained in the council action sheet, is the merit performance, and I do think we need to do that in 2022. We did have the best intentions to do it at the end of 21, and unfortunately we ran out of time with other priorities, but that is something that'll be high on the list for personnel as well as council in 2022, and I think that's what's going to keep us in line.
We've had the best intentions since 2016. Alderman Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Peggy, for this. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Peggy, for this. Just to kind of bump off of a couple of things that were said here. Number one, we want to get that merit thing going because we haven't, since the mayor even mentioned 2016. I think that's a really important key to this. Number two, this is budgeted. And number three, we need to do this to make sure we keep our employees, letting them know that they're appreciated and that their services are appreciated here. And as you said, we're all robbing from each other, the cities. So we want to make sure we maintain the highest quality workforce here. So this is an important thing to do. And this isn't giving them huge raises. This is keeping them up. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, on the motion, let's just for grins do a roll call.
Alderman Hopfer.
Aye.
Alderman Mayor.
Aye.
Alderwoman Wilhelm.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hanneman.
Aye.
Alderman Barber.
Aye.
Alderman Nelson.
Aye.
For the record, let's mark it as unanimous. Motion carries, 6 ayes, no noes, no abstentions. With that, we move on to G2, consideration of an amendment to the TID 7, which is the Velo Village project. We'll go into closed session in a minute. I want to recognize Ian Martin from Mandel Group. Ian, you want to say a couple of words? Wait a minute, you shook your head no, and then you stood up.
Well, you had that expectation mark.
Oh, let me fix that.
I'll make it quick. Just thank you all for considering it. It was, the project gets to this point, it is sometimes easy, I think. I felt guilty because losing track of all the things that had to fall into place to happen. These things don't happen overnight. So, you know, what you're going to discuss in closed session really is the byproduct of a whole bunch of good work by a lot of people, and also, if I'm being candid, a little bit of good luck. But as I say, we controlled what we could control, built it on time, we built it on budget. Our fa- All of that. Great. Yeah. You know, going.
Thank you, Ian. Happy New Year. I did have a conversation with Ian on a different matter earlier in the week. Someone brought in a statement to me that I knew was patently wrong, but I had to check with the people that know, specifically Ian. The statement is that TIF districts and children in apartments hurt school districts. Okay? So I needed to check and see for sure. Well, the numbers that we've been using all of these years, I think the number we keep using is 0.67 children per unit. It's far less than that. It's 0.1 children per unit per apartment. So I give that to you guys so you all have that just little bit of tidbit there. Okay. Madam Director of Administration, you want to do an intro or do we just want to go to closed? Before the other items. Madam Director of Administration. Somebody kicked me off my game. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Alderman Wilhelm. Appreciate it. Okay, licenses, Alderman Nelson.
First one, Campbell. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hold on. So first one, Ewig is recommend approval. Gamble, recommend approval. Third one's Walgreens is recommend approval pending inspections. Yeah, I think we had a verification inspection question, so we're just going to put inspect the whole bottom line appear to be in need. Those are the three.
Is there a second? Second. Hanneman got it first. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item I, vouchers and payroll. Is there a motion approving city vouchers with an ending date of January 1st, 2022 in the amount of
Press your
$2,034,347?
button. You're not coming over.
I sure am.
Oh, okay, now you are.
Now see, if you turned yours off, you'd hear me.
I turned them all
but you turned them on for the vote, so anyway. So, see, now broke my rhythm again. Man, oh man, it's a tough crowd. And payroll dated December 31st in the amount of $442,965.35, and payments of various payroll deductions in the amount of $443,148.47, plus city matching payments. And payroll estimated for January 14th at $460,000, and payments of the payroll deductions estimated at $246,000, plus city matching payments and property tax disbursements with an ending date of December 30th of $18,762,838.48, and approval to release the final draw for TID 5 in the amount of $91,832, and approval for the final draw from TID 7, $155,083, and approval to release temporary investment transfer to ADM in the amount of $7,700,000.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Alderman Nelson.
Aye.
Alderman Barber.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hanneman.
Aye.
Alderwoman Wilhelm. Aye. Alderman Mayor.
Aye.
Alderman Hopefer.
Aye.
Motion carries, 6 ayes, no noes, no absent, no abstentions. With that, we come to the end of our streaming portion of the program. Always wanted to say that. That was, and we will be going to a closed session for item G2, which I've already announced. We'll go back to that. So those of you on the stream, we probably will not have a continuing stream from this. There will be an additional recording, though. So with that, is there a motion to enter closed session pursuant to Wisconsin 19.85 sub 1 sub E to deliberate upon a potential amendment to a tax incremental district number 7, a development agreement between the City of Franklin and Velo Village Apartments LLC, that the developer, the negotiation of agreement terms, and the investing of public funds in relation thereto for competitive and bargaining reasons to re-enter open session at the same place thereafter to act on such matters discussed therein as it deems appropriate.
So moved.
Second.
Hofer and Barber. Madam Clerk.
Alderman Hopefer.
Aye.
Alderman Mayor.
Aye.
Alderwoman Wilhelm. Aye. Alderwoman Hanneman.
Aye.
Alderman Barber.
Aye.
Alderman Nelson.
Aye.
Motion carries, 6 ayes, no noes, no absent, no abstentions. We're in closed session.